Chapter 2 of Management Service will tackle about service, differentiation, and 7 ways to differentiate service from the competitor. Where products are tangible in nature and easily differentiated on the basis of features, features from the form, from the performance, and quality, service differentiation is quite challenging, and it needs out of the box thinking. A common question is how can you differentiate your services, and the answer lies in this discussion right now. Since services may be offered individually to the customers, or they may be bundled with a product. For example, tours and travels are independent services offered to customers. So you could just imagine touring and traveling now has different identification and qualifications to be offered to the customers. Now, but the service which companies like, for example, Volkswagen or Mercedes-Benzes or Toyota car that you bought is dependent on the product. For example, the company in itself, now based on the brand that you are actually offering, as part of the service. Now, nonetheless, there are some common service characteristics which makes each service unique from one another. Now, how does it happen? Now, service differentiation can be achieved on the basis of these characteristics. And here are the 7 ways to differentiate your services from competition. Okay, number 1 is about the ordering. So, ordering ease. No, the ease of ordering. No? So, ordering ease. Now, this is a differentiator on which many internet businesses in nowadays are based today, in the kind of integrated in the businesses. Right now, even in this kind of conditions of the pandemic. Now, have you noticed an increase in overall purchases because of the penetration of the e-commerce? Now, people used to do window shopping when they have time during normal days of, what we categorize as a shopping characteristics. Now we go to the malls, we go to the stores, we go to the shop. But because of the restrictions of nowadays, so e-commerce are becoming. So that's the new normal in terms of shopping. So therefore, there is an ordering ease now in the process. So your services should be integrated in a very strong process of e-commerce. Okay. Now, the ease of the burden of going, personally going to shops, traveling from your home to the shop that you, or to the malls, are now being minimized, because of the restrictions, or even, that's it, so the enjoyable place to stay practically, by the family to go there, are now lessened increasingly. So now they just have to browse their smartphones or computers whenever they are free or would like to buy something. So there. And uh, this resulted in a more impulsive purchases. Because normally, when we browse on the computer, Shopee, Lazada, etc., and then we see some things that right now we are not planning to buy, but then apparently because of what they offer, can entice you, to buy something from them. So there, so because it was apparently wanted to, so I need this or something like that. So they created the need for you to buy it, but apparently it's not necessary. So it resulted in a more impulsive purchases. Now then, okay, that is why the e-commerce services actually are on the rise, and now they're more popular than ever. And this is also the reason that most businesses are preferring online marketing. So as the module and part of their selling their products. So the online marketing has now becoming integral, important part for you to be able to encourage not customers to buy your products and services particularly. Now, so the ease of ordering, is actually has to be there in the part of your service. After that, number two is the delivery. Now, delivery is a major marketing tactic to differentiate your services. Just look at the popularity of Pizza Hut or Domino's or Shakey's. No, so those uh, huge name in the pizza industry. And the only reason these brands are popular because of their claim of a 30 minutes delivery or free. So they come up with that kind of idea, no, for them to entice customer to buy their products, not because of that added freebie or perks on 30 minutes delivery, or you don't have to pay. It's going to be for free. Okay, so on the other hand, uh, uh, for example, services like laundromat, no, so they don't give you clean clothes with delivery. They ask you to come to the store and get your clothes clean. So these are another kind of kind of services that you can entice no customer to come with you. So what I have given you as an example that are convenience and more importantly cost effective to the customer in terms of e-commerce. Now look at Amazon. No? Amazon. Amazon is the prime where normal e-commerce um, companies commit to 4 to 6 days delivery. Now, Amazon Prime commits the delivery in 24 to 48 hours maximum. Now, moreover, if you are an Amazon Prime customer, you get free delivery too also. No? So this immediately attracts customers towards Amazon's. So there. Okay, so the ordering is part of it. Now, next would um, be it a restaurant, a travel, an e-commerce company, whatever products or services you have to deliver should be delivered fast and accurate. And this delivery time should be incorporated in your marketing communications. And it will help you a lot, no, in determining the success of your services. No, okay. Now, next is the installation. Now, companies which sells like, for example, air conditioners or any technical equipment like cold rooms, ducting equipment, etc., that needs engineering expertise, no, have to differentiate themselves through their services. Now, are you likely to install a an air conditioned room when you know that the brand provides poor service? Definitely not, because we're not. No, not everybody has the capacity to install electrical, no, measured or engineered measured product that are it has to include no services. Now at any time, for example, a restaurant's cold room has very high price, no, storage room, not cold room, has very high price materials and the food items stored within the cold room, so it is necessary. Now if timely installation and services are not given on site, all food items will spoil and the customer will suffer a huge loss. Now, it is not only monetary effect now or affecting due to this poor services, no, and product that is not being delivered. Now, due to the breakdown of the cold room, the restaurant will not be able to serve its intended customers on that particular day or that particular day and hours, and might have asked to ask customers to leave because they cannot serve anything because the food were spoiled. No, so these things are the things that are giving discredit to your service. Now, affecting the reputation of the restaurant, no, per se, and severely affecting your brand image. So that's very much important. Reliability is important. No? So there. Now, besides the above heavy equipment example, even normal products like that requires no installation should be simple. a fridge, no, refrigerator is delivered at the home, has an easy installation. You just put it there, and then wait for a particular hour to, for you to operate it, and then control it on a particular temperature, so that it's easy, installation. And television also is part of this, yes, easy, installation. So people have gotten so used to plug and play system, so that they don't mind the installation services taking up half an hour, or the entire time. But it better be a fast installation, because customers will not be ready to accept a lot of installations time for an item which is practically day-to-day usage. Next is customer training. Now, customer training is necessary and an important aspect of differentiating your services. Now, when you are selling product which are new in the market, for example, you have to impart proper customer training, so that the customer does not misuse the product. Now, remember that the customer is more likely to blame your company than he is to blame himself. If he does not understand the handling of the product, that is your fault too. Um, and now, actually, many companies understand that customer training is necessary, and they have imparted the training as a norm, part and parcel, in their installation procedures. Now, when you order a stove at home, the mechanic explains you the process of using it personally. Now, when you order a washing machine, even, you can have a demonstration call along with the delivery, of the washing machine. Okay, so and there are even ways to instruct the customers on using the machine properly, so that he will be happy, with your service and with his purchase. Now, McDonald's, for example, Pizza Hut, and Domino's, all these has expanding franchises, and then always have training centers to train the employees of their customers. Remember that there are cases, no? In these cases, the distributor or the person who has taken a franchise is also an internal customer of the fast food chains that you prefer. Now, these fast food chains trains the managers on how to go handle their franchise, and how to teach franchise management to their employees to go forward. No? So there. And then this establishment has a complete chain of understanding, thereby resulting in a very customer complaints. So that's very much important. No? Part of its training. Number five is customer consulting. Now, how do you go over it? Now, firms like IBM and Accenture have made big bucks through their consultation offers. Customer consulting includes numerous infrastructure or operation-related consulting, which can be offered in the form of data management, information system, and the service advisory. Now, Snapdeal recently introduced account managers. Now, the account managers will help you expand your online businesses. Now, similarly, FMCG, companies via their product managers consult their distributors and help them increase their businesses by installing softwares and infrastructure, which directly identifies or notifies the company when the dealer does not have stocks, or about the stocks have to that are need to be purchased or needed, in the operation. Now, a key factor in differentiating your services when it comes to consultation is being updated as well as the street level experience of the consultant. Now, a consultant is expected to have a holistic view of the complete industry, and then the company that he or she is consulting is important, for him to be able to convey the right messages, the right learnings, and the teachings. Now, the knowledge and the street smarts are two things now differentiating a consulting company. So that's the difference on the both. Next is the after sales, no? So which is the maintenance and repair. Now, maintenance and repair, no? So, repair services need to differentiate themselves with response time. And many tech products like your iPad, for example, the printer that you are using have online knowledge base which users can refer to so as to solve their problems immediately. Now, other times, companies like Hewitt Packard or HP and other offer fast services to their corporate and enterprise customers. So they have that for them to be able to stand competition. Now, companies like Dell and IBM have on-site engineers who took care of all the customer needs. Now, they also ensure that the network is working properly. And they take care of regular infrastructure maintenance and repair in their hand. Now, these top companies know that breakdown of network or improper working of service can affect a lot in the overall productivity of their employees. Now, maintenance and repairs are handled with so much care. Okay? Now, the faster your response time, the more quality work you do, and the more easily you will differentiate your service when it is a maintenance or repair service for that matter. Now, there is a good revenue generated through maintenance and repairs as well. Now, look at the services centers of cars, no, automobiles, no, automobile shops. They will remind you periodically of what services or maintenance is due. And these services earn a good amount through replacement of spare parts and by keeping spare parts in stocks. Okay? Next is the principles of returns or simply returns. No? So that's number 7. Returns are a major hurdle or challenge to e-commerce sales as well as retail sales. No, even bought a product which just didn't work. No, so apparently, now it happens to everyone. No, you buy a product and then suddenly you are discouraged or you are you don't expect that it's not actually working. No, so and then if you have bought a top of the line, for example, expensive, not top of the line product, and then suddenly it's not working. So the nuisance is even worse in e-commerce. You could just see you bought it in Lazada, in Shopee, and then the e-commerce portals are actively advertising easy returns, and yet it's a disappointment for the sellers of selling the product online because your expectation actually is not happening. So that's a setback. Now, there are majorly two types of returns. Now, the major two types of returns and the two ways to manage them. How? Now, how to manage, that helps you with service differentiation. Controllable returns are the ones where there is a genuine problem in the product or it got broken in transport or the product quality is not actually at par or up to the mark. Now, if there is a high percentage of controllable returns, then you know what need to improve on. So you took notice of this feedback coming from your customer because in that way you will able to counter and then resolve issues and then improve it if there is anything that has to be improved. Now, uncontrollable returns are returns which happens because the customer did not understand the product or his experience was not really good. Now, changing uncontrollable things is difficult. And as long as uncontrollable returns are a small portion of your return products, you are fine. It's okay. Now, many brands have open experience centers like the automobile companies which give test drives or test rides, even drives and rides as to manage customer expectations. So they want the real experience before buying the actual preferred automobile or car. Now the automobile companies gives test rides, so as I said, so there. And this way, when the customer orders a product online, he will not be disappointed. So the seller who is selling these products are given actual experiences. Now, same goes for modern retailers. So many modern retailers, in order to suit to convince the customer to buy their products have started having their own service technicians. And this is because retail is a service. Now, and the service has to be given to the customer until the end and after sales service even. If it is not given properly, it will result in sales return. And something its company detests. Now, they don't like that because of the cost that will be involved in accepting sales returns. Plus the loss of your inventory, so there. And you spent money acquiring new customers, and then what happens? Uh, because of a sales return. So you lose again the confidence of a customer. And you don't expect them to return to you buy another products coming from your company. Now, it is demotivating, on both parts. And the best way to differentiate your service is to have lesser return rates, be it a product, a service, or a restaurant. Okay? And overall, um, above all, the overall summary, the 7 ways that you can differentiate your services and therefore achieve their service differentiation. So, apply all those 7 ways that I have mentioned earlier. So there. Okay, so I guess I have imparted the learnings in today's lesson. So thank you very much and see you again in our next chapter discussion. Thank you.